know already about the sports in Winter Olympics? You know all the sports? Okay, today you're going to learn about it. Okay, just bring in some winter spirit here. As you know, the Winter Olympics started in 1924. It was retroactively given the Winter Olympic status. It was not actually a Winter Olympics. It was just a week of extension to Summer Olympics. So it was started in Chamonix, France. As you know, Winter Olympics, the sports that are played can be played on snow and ice. So they categorize the snow sports and the ski sport, and ice sports. And we're going to go over all these different sports together. They can be played outdoors and indoors. And there are individual events and team events. The same sports has both categories. And mostly what you're going to be looking at, as you know from the freak accident that happened for the luge sports person, it's a speed. Most of the sports involve speeds, which are much beyond what the cars can drive, and also the skills. Some of them need artistry, the grace. So we're going to go over the next one. The alpine skiing. I'm going to start with the skiing, snow sports. Alpine skiing is a tribute to the Alps, the French Alps, and most of this involves downhill skiing. Going down, speeds reached 50 to 55 to 60 miles per hour. You slide down the snow-covered terrain, and you have fixed heels so that it doesn't come out. And you have the slaloms, and giant slaloms. Slaloms are nothing but you go between the markers or the flags. You go between them, so it's a guided track down the slopes, and you have both speed as well as the combination of the speed and a little bit of maneuvering. The cross-country skiing is a little bit different. You still ski downhill or you ski on a flat surface, but you travel a longer distance. As you can see, it's from 10 kilometers to 30 kilometers. And it's a part of the Nordic skiing family. As you know, most of the skiing events have come from the Nordic tradition of hunting and traveling a lot of distance for looking for food and trying to survive. So you'll see that in all the skiing sport. So one thing you saw, the downhill. So you just go downhill for hunting. And you'll see the freestyle is just an evolution of that. So there are a lot of sports like moguls. You see there a lot of mounds. You try to maneuver between the mounds of snow. So it involves a little bit of grace as well. They say, okay, you have to have control when you go down. And you have moguls, aerials, which is like flips and other stuff. As you go through the moguls, even mogul has a little bit of combination too. You just go over a kind of a ramp and then you try to flip and then do the twist. And you have the ski cross, which is basically a combination of everything over there. Ski jumping, you basically, it's nothing but you have a ramp. You see the ramp on the right side. You just go down the ramp and you try to travel as much distance as you can. So you're awarded for the distance and also the style and not losing the balance. So you have right now the standards are 95 meters and 125 meters. A large hill and the normal hill. The snowboarding, right? Everyone knows it's a modern event inspired by the skateboarding. You follow the same skiing tradition. You do the giant slaloms. Half pipe is the one that Shaun White is famous for. Just do not a full pipe, it's a half pipe. You do different kinds of tricks, and also the snowboard cross, which is similar to the ski cross. And it was introduced very recently in 1998. The US was a big factor in pushing this event into the Olympics. And here you use the special boots and it's flexible mounted binding, unlike the skis. Figure skating. I don't want to dwell too much into it. We all know what it is. Now I'm moving on to the ice portion of it. It's indoors. All these previous ones you saw were outdoors. So this one is, you have different events, the singles, pairs. I just put that for a joke, so it's not real. The singles, pairs, which have melody. You look at pairs, look for melody and ice dancing. One thing is you want to know what's the difference between a pair and an ice dancing. Ice dancing is still a pair. Male and a female is still the contemporary things. Ice dancing focuses on rhythm, and pairs, which is more on the acrobatic and melody of the music. So they penalize if you go rhythm with the you do the wrong thing or the wrong dance. Luge, as you know, it's pretty famous right now. Not for the bad thing right now, but it's actually there's a single and a pair event. You sit down on your back and you face up. There are three sports that are very similar. They use the same track, and you put face up and feet first. And steering is done. Can you take a guess? The steering is not done. It's done through the shoulders and through the calf muscle of the leg. I was always wondering how do they steer because we don't see them do anything, right? So it's a little interesting tidbit that you can see. Skeleton is the same, but instead of lying on your back, you lie on your chest. And you, I didn't see how they steer, but I don't know how they steer, but I had to do a little bit more research. So it's a fast sliding sport. It's called tobogganing, and if you've gone to Busch Gardens or Adventure Island, you have the toboggans. It's basically this whole sled is called the toboggan. You can experience forces up to 5G. It's the same track as the luge and the other one. So bobsled, as you know, you sit on the stuff and you two or teams of 2 or 4. The short track speed skating. The speed skating are two types. One is long track and a short track. It has a similar distance, but this one is a skating rink like the hockey skating rink. And the long track speed skating is a much bigger oval. It's like a 400-meter oval compared to the other one. For curling, I don't want to talk about it. I don't consider this as a sport, but it's like there are 4 people, team of 4 people, and one person just rings the ball, which is a granite ball, and then they sweep and try to get closer to this particular rings out there. Ice hockey, of course, we all know it's played in a hockey rink. A team of 6 players. It's a team sport. The Nordic combined mixes the cross-country skiing and ski jumping. So it's a combination of, we've seen that and we've seen both those two together. This is an interesting one. Biathlon, it's usually referred to the winter sport. It includes cross-country skiing and rifle shooting. Okay, I've never heard of this. The reason for that is because it's popular in the Nordic areas where you go hunting. After going a long distance, you go hunting. So you have to shoot a target 50 meters away. So you can lie down. Some of them you have to lie down. Some of them you have to stand up. You have to do that after doing all the skiing. You have to carry the rifle with you, okay, all throughout. So this is finally. I just want to give you the latest medal tally. United States, go US. You know they have 5 golds today. You know, can anyone name at least two of the gold medals? Lindsay won for alpine skiing. Okay, now you know what she won for. What's the other one? Shani Davis. Okay, he's the first African American to win in last Olympic Games. So he won for the long track speed skating, 1,000 meters. Okay, okay, yeah. So who's the other one? Yeah. Oh, okay. Half pipe is Sean White, right? Yep, of course. Yeah. Okay, appreciate it. Hope you got some good details from this. So, thank you.